Hello everyone. The last time we met, I shared with you how creating a psychologically safe working space is so critical to an organization. It's a space where everyone's voice is heard, everyone is empowered to speak up, and people have the courage to own gaps and mistakes in their working. Today, I would like to discuss with you what we as leaders can do to create psychologically safe working space. But before we proceed further, I would like to share with you an example of this from the Indian context. The Indian Space Research Organization ISRO launched its first space mission, the SLV-3, in 1979. The whole world was watching this mission. It was under intense media glare, but tragically, it ended in a disaster. The launch vehicle crashed in the sea. The project team, led by our legendary but then young Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, was devastated by this failure and were wondering and worried how they are going to face the world. At that stage, the ISRO chairman, Satish Dhawan, steps in. He goes to the press and takes the complete brunt of this mistake on his broad shoulders. He not only shields his team but expresses confidence in their capability and their potential and says that my team will be back. In the coming year, the space mission was a resounding success. And this time, Mr. Dhawan allowed Dr. Kalam and his team to corner all the glory. A perfect example of how a leader can create a psychologically safe working space. Over the years, ISRO scientists have worked relentlessly, fearlessly, discussing failures, learning from them, and creating our own world-class organization. Let us now see what steps we as leaders can take to create a psychologically safe working space. Amy Edmondson, in her extensive research, had identified 3 critical steps for leaders to take. The step 1, which can be called setting the stage or framing the work. It implies that as a leader, it is the leader's responsibility to set the stage by letting people know that it is okay to accept mistakes. It is okay to commit mistakes in work. It's also for a leader to let the team know how he wants everyone to treat other team members. It's also leader's responsibility to let the team know what are the shared values of the team. And the next thing is framing the work, which we often miss. Imagine that you are giving a task to your team where there are high chances of failure and there are a number of risks. As leader, it's your responsibility to let the team know that these are the challenges which are likely to be encountered. The confidence that the team gets when they know that the leader has got insights into the problems and challenges that they are facing is able to help them to go out and express themselves. And remember, for each task, you may have to frame the work separately because challenges in each task are different. The next step for you as leaders is to invite participation, to make sure that all voices in your organization are heard. In every group, when we work, there are some people who tend to keep quiet. How does a leader encourage and invite participation from the normally silent team members? How does a leader reach out to various echelons of his organization to make sure that everybody has a voice to speak up and share his views? Those things are extremely important. It is also very important that a leader shares with his team that there are gaps in his understanding, that he does not have all the answers, and therefore he is looking at them to share their opinion, share their views. He needs to let his team know that he values their opinion. And lastly, conflict, from which all of us sometimes feel so tense. A leader's responsibility is to handle conflict with maturity and making sure that from conflict, productive ideas emerge. The last step that a leader needs to do is to make sure how he responds to various challenges. And this step is called productive response. How do you respond as leaders when someone commits mistakes? Someone challenges the decisions taken. Do you respond from deep emotions? Do you respond only in a criticizing way? Are you shooting the messenger, or are you balanced? Are you poised in your understanding and making sure that your team members feel confident that they can come to you for anything? So the 3 steps that we saw that we as leaders need to take are: number 1, set the stage and frame the work. Number 2, invite participation of all team members. And number 3, respond productively. And before I conclude, I would like to just say that we should not think and get confused that creating psychological safety is the goal of an organization. No, the goal of the organization is growth, excellence, or whatever your organization wants to achieve. Psychological safety is one of the most important vehicles that will take you to achieve that goal successfully. Thank you.